Early in 1972, Virginia White meets her close college friend Betty "Bet" Turner, who moved to the area and now owns a mannequin factory. Virginia introduces her boyfriend, Roger Whelan, to Betty. The three plan a vacation and take a train journey. Betty soon strikes up a friendship with Roger, and when he asks her to join him on a train ride, Virginia becomes envious because the two women were once in a relationship. When Roger shows his interest in Betty during the train journey, Virginia hops off the moving train out of rage at both of them. The train conductor notices this and asks the loco pilot to pull the lever. But the loco pilot doesn't stop thinking of the danger she is up against. Virginia walks in search of a village and gets lost in the countryside. She discovers the deserted medieval town of Berzano near the border between Spain and Portugal. She decides to spend the night there. At midnight, the knights leave their tombs and return from the dead as revenants. Following her sound, the knights assaulted her, biting and tearing her flesh. While returning in the morning, the train conductor discovers her body in a field and informs the police. After learning that Virginia had not returned home, Betty and Roger followed Virginia's trail the following morning to see what had transpired. They find the archaic tomb of the Templars. It's an ancient order of the Templars who worshipped the devil in 1250 AD. When they encounter two police investigators, they learn about Virginia's terrible destiny and hear about the folklore from the other locals. The police take them to the mortuary to identify her body. From the report, he could see different sets of tooth marks, which should be the work of a few sadists. The doctor also points out that she should be the victim of a death ritual. Virginia's body reanimates at the mortuary next to Betty's lab, killing a janitor. Roger and Betty go to a library and meet a professor, the authority of middle age, and ask him about the Templars and their ritual secrets as they kill their friend Betty. The professor says in the 12th century, the Templars fought in crusades, brought back great treasures, and came back worshipping black magic from the east. The Templars took over by force and their blood rituals sacrificed every virgin girl in the village, he says. They continued to ravage the countryside until the King of Spain conquered them and brought them to trial. The king hung them and left for all to witness the witchcraft forbidden. The crows ate the eyes out of cadavers. Now the old Templars have come back to life. Among many secrets, they solved death's mystery, he adds. The police investigator interrupts and asks about the professor's missing son. He says he has no idea about him. The police say that the professor's son Pedro now stays in the village, which is 7 kilometers away from Berzano, and he is the boss of the gang that deals in contraband. They suspect these criminals use superstitious legends to their advantage and murders to instill fear in locals. The professor says that his son is a smuggler but not a murderer. Virginia enters the lab and tries to kill Betty's assistant, but the assistant stops her by setting Virginia on fire inside the mannequin factory. While this happens, Betty and Roger track down Pedro, a small-time smuggler who lives close to Berzano. After finding Pedro and persuading him to assist them in solving the mystery of establishing the validity of the knights, Betty and Roger travel back to Berzano with Pedro and his girlfriend Nina to face the knights head-on. They meet the knights when they arrive, who slay Roger, Pedro, and Nina. Betty runs away from Berzano with the knights after they track her down through her heartbeat. On seeing her running towards the passing train, the loco pilot stops the train to help her. She gets on a train and hides in a coal-loaded compartment. Following her to the train, the knights kill the conductor and cannibalize the passengers. Shortly after, the train pulls into the station, and a station employee helps Betty, who is rendered speechless. Several people scream in horror as they attempt to enter the train because of what they see inside.